Welcome, friends. It's Annie Peguero. Welcome to the Your Period is Your Business workshop. We've been planning this workshop, my team and I, for a while now because of the questions, text messages, comments on posts and DMs that I've received about everything that I've been talking about as far as cyclical living goes and using your period as your superpower. It's a hot topic. I love that you're interested in learning more about this. And I also think that it's fascinating that some of you were like, no, I don't want to hear about this. Like, I've got a lot of unfollows, a lot of people that just don't want to talk about this at all. So if you have been one of those people that you're like, I don't want to talk about my period, I don't want to know, blah, 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 then, and you're here, I want to applaud you and tell you how proud I am of you for recognizing that you could be shifting your thinking about this and doing some things a little bit differently. Okay. I'm going to unpack so much valuable information in this workshop today. Make sure you get your workbook because it's going to help you to follow along, to keep some notes, like just the most important things that you'll want to know and that you can refer back to it later. So if you don't have your workbook yet, make sure that you can just keep this window open in another place or press pause if you're watching us on the replay and go over to anniepeguero.com/period and sign up and get the workbook. So yes, just make sure you have that workbook. It's going to be really valuable for you. And what else? What else did I want to make sure that I say in the beginning? Just to make sure that you get your workbook. And I'm thankful. I'm really thankful that you're here. I'm thankful that you want to know more about this and that you're saying, yes, I know that there is a better way than feeling like you're on a roller coaster every single month, feeling stressed out about your period, stressed out about the way that you feel about it, and also feeling anxiety, guilt, all of the different things because you're constantly going like this, feeling super productive during certain times and then feeling just blah, like you just don't want to do anything. And how often, raise your hand, just tell me right down here, have you felt guilty about just wanting to do absolutely nothing and then frustrated because maybe like a week later you feel amazing and you're like, oh, last week was totally just a waste, like a waste of time. It's not. And in this workbook or workshop, I'm going to share with you a different way so that you can operate, right? Like as a business owner, as a mom, as a human being in your high productivity times, like really make some beautiful things happen when you feel amazing. In your high creativity times, make the things happen. And when you don't feel awesome, which is completely normal, you can plan to rest. So I'm going to help you to strategize, help you to plan, and it's going to be really amazing. I'm super thrilled that you're here, like really, really excited that you're here. So I'm going to get right into it. I have some slides to share with you today. And if you can't stay until the end, make sure that you click the link to get workbook, and that will also enable you to get the replay. So if you have the workbook, you'll have the replay. Okay, it will be up here in this group for a couple of days. So I just want to encourage you to get the replay so you can rewatch and to get the workbook. So all right, I'm going to share my screen, share some slides with you as you're joining in. I would love interaction. I love when you share with me your thoughts, feelings, what comes up for you as I go through this material. It's going to take about 40 minutes-ish to go through everything. And it's so incredibly valuable. There's other people that talk about this, but nobody does it in the way that I do. So really, really stoked to share it. That's it. All of that kind of stuff. And I'm going to get right into it here. I'm going to share my screen. There we go. So let's make your period your superpower. That's what this is all about. Your period is your business. Primarily, this is for business owners, entrepreneurs, career women in business. But also, if that doesn't apply to you and you're like, I just want to know how to use my high productivity times, high creativity times, then this is going to be for you. I have another workshop that will also help you if you are not a woman who has your period. If you're not, maybe if you're in menopause, maybe if you are synthetically regulated, like whatever. No judgment here about any of it. Like I'm definitely perimenopausal for sure. So, yeah, I mean, we just talking about this openly. It's part of life. And the quicker you can start using it as your superpower to your benefit, the more peaceful and fulfilled years that you can live on this beautiful planet in this body. So, I have another workshop that talks about tracking your energy and according to the moon. So, this is specifically if you have your period. So, stick with me for that other workshop if you want to learn how to track your energy in the moon. So, but this workshop, your period is your business. Make your period your superpower. Congratulations for being here. I'm super proud of you. And I'll get to all of the comments, all of the questions. Hello to everybody joining us live and joining the replay. I'm just so happy. So very happy that you're here. I'm like, I totally geek out on this stuff. I love talking about it. So this workshop is for you if you find yourself on a roller coaster every single month. You're like, I'm up, then I'm down. I'm creative, then I'm stressed. If that's you, yeah. Okay. If you are on the brink or over the edge and you're so far into your burnout that you just can't with the things anymore. You're thinking of quitting your business. You're thinking of shutting down. You're thinking of like just getting a 9-to-5 job. If that sounds like you, because you're stressed out doing all of the things, stay with me. And if you never really fully rest or feel in the flow of creativity, you just go and go and go, and you never fully rest. And you're like, well, if I could just catch up. Okay. If any of those things sound like you, then hi, I'm happy you're here. This is the perfect place for you to be. So stay until the end. Look at this snake. Okay, you guys, just look at these young faces. Oh my goodness. Look at my husband's twinkle eyes. So this is before kids. Look at that snake. I can't even believe that was on us. So why did I choose that picture? Stay until the end here with us today. We have a special opportunity. I say we, Team Annie and myself, a special opportunity for a strategy session with my amazing team that has helped me go from scattered and all over the place to streamlined and strategized and planned. And I know what's coming up month after month because I used my period superpower to plan out the next several months, actually through the end of the year into the first quarter of my business. Okay. And how can you get the replay and workbook? Well, I told you that in the very beginning. Make sure to go over to anniepeguero.com and get the workbook and sign up to get the replay. All you have to do is enter your email address. You'll get the workbook automatically and you will be sent the replay. So this workshop is different because it's not a quick fix. It's not something that you can apply like right now and see the results of it. It's something that you have to stick with over time. And that's not for everyone. I'm not for everyone and I'm okay with that. Like I used to not be okay with that, but let's be real. Like it's okay. It's okay. And I can't try to force this period superpower stuff on everyone. I recognize there's some people that are just not going to want to talk about it, deal with it, whatever. And that is also okay too. But if this does sound like something you want to learn more about, I commend you. Also because you're going to break that generational pattern, that trauma of feeling shamed about your period, feeling like it's something that we have to hide. It's something that makes us weak. I mean, all of those things and the generational trauma is going to be passed down to your children. No matter if your children are little like mine are or grown women, if you shift your mindset, your thoughts and your beliefs about your period right now and have it transition for you from something that you stress out about, that gives you incredible anxiety, that you hate, and shift it to something that you welcome, to something that you appreciate, that you can use as your superpower, you're going to transfer that to your children, no matter if they are itty bitty or adults, I promise you. And this is unique for each person. I'm going to teach you how to track your period, and in a different way. Like, you're like, okay, to count 28 days. Well, we're going to do a few things a bit differently in some really beautiful ways that are going to help you plan out your activities. It's unique for everyone. And you're the expert. I mean, you are 100% the expert. And there's no like irregular or awkward or whatever. It just is different for everyone. And you are the expert on your body. Okay, definitely. So here's some facts. Facts. Most women have been taught to hate, dread, be angry at, and hide your period. And when you dislike something, you have a physiological response to something that you don't like, that you know is coming towards you. Okay. If you know that I'm just trying to think of something similar. Like if you know that you're about to do something that hurts, like get a tattoo. Okay. You're getting a tattoo and you're like, and you know, it's going to hurt. Well, it's going to hurt worse. All right. Or getting a, whatever, like it's something, or having a baby. If you are anticipating pain, it's going to make it all the more uncomfortable. And that was something beautiful that I learned from my doulas and midwives. Like, yes, it's uncomfortable. Like, we're not saying it's uncomfortable, and it doesn't come with uncomfortable things, right? Like, it is uncomfortable, just like our period, like super uncomfortable. But the way that we think about it, feel about it, welcome it, is going to have a tremendous impact on what happens when you are in it, all right, and all of the weeks surrounding it. So that physiological response is going to change, but it starts inside of you. And I'm going to help guide you along the way to do that. And again, if this sounds like, I don't even think I could ever do this, just stick with me. If I can do it, anyone can do it. And I shared about how I learned this back in 1994. I want to say, I think it was 1994 at Penn State University. I told the story on my podcast, Adventures with Annie Peguero. And it's a really beautiful story of just shifting from, oh, this is awful, I just want to crawl in a hole for a whole week and a half every single month, to, yeah, I get this and I appreciate it. And I'm here to receive and to surrender. Your inner talk is incredibly powerful, and you have the ability to shift it, okay, with anything. And this, such a giant part of our lives as women, every single month for, years and years and years, something that we know is going to happen. Why not find a way to make it a positive in your life, to go on an adventure with it, to welcome it, and to make it something beautiful, a superpower, instead of an anxiety response or a stress response, or continuing the pattern of generational trauma. I could go on about this forever, but you get it, okay? Like, it is very valuable to shift your thoughts and beliefs about it. So my promise to you, after this workshop, you will have the tools to use your period as your business superpower. And you're going to have these tools right away. Like I said, it's not a quick fix. You're not going to be able to like all of a sudden just feel differently, but you're going to have the tools so that you can apply it over time. And I'm so incredibly happy for you. Oh, I love this picture. We used to go out to the beach because Autumn would wake up early, and we would go out and enjoy special time together. And I just wanted to capture that moment forever and share it with you. So when you embrace the period superpower method, which I'm going to share with you today, you are going to get better rest. You're going to increase productivity and profits, and you're going to develop your cyclical living plan. And if you have your workbook, you can simply fill this in. Having these bullet points to fall back on helps you to see the benefit of doing this. Like, do I really need to take extra time out of my day to do this? Does it really Does it really mean that much? Well, rest. I mean, I can't think of anything more important than sleep. It's been proven through science that getting better rest, getting more sleep, you'll have a lower chance of Alzheimer's, increasing productivity and profits in your business. I mean, that's giant. That we want to be able to be creators, to share, to help people, and also to make money with your brilliant gifts that you have, and develop your cyclical living plan. I mean, to be able to plan out your life and business according to your superpower. I mean, you can't even put a price tag on it. It's so incredibly valuable. So the 3 steps, I'm going to reveal here, the 3 steps of the period superpower method are, here's the 3 steps. Very simple. The very first step is to track. You're going to have a calendar, and I'm going to show you a very intuitive, simple, so easy way to track your vibe, to track your productivity level, your feelings, your creativity, using one little symbol. Okay, so beyond just counting 1 to 28 and saying, okay, I'm ovulating here, I'm getting my period here, you're going to actually track your productivity, I just call it your vibe. And being able to track this, then you can plan for success. You can plan those important appearances, those recordings, those live videos, or when you're creating your content. You'll be able to plan that instead of, oh, do I really have to do that today? I just cannot do that today. Get it? Do you feel me? I know that that's happened to you. The second step is the letter O in the TOP diagram that I have here is observe. You're going to observe. You're going to observe how you're feeling during the end of each day. You're going to put a symbol, and you're going to observe how you're really feeling, like what is really going on inside of you. Okay. And the last thing, the last part of this whole that makes up your period superpower is the plan. So once you have this information that you were able to gather through tracking, through observing, then you can make the plan. So you're not just blindly picking dates in the future to launch your product, or to plan a live event, or even to record your podcast, or record videos, create content, anything, any of these important things that we all do as business owners. You're going to be able to use the strategy that we create together to plan your business. And all of this together, track, observe, and plan, that is the period superpower method, which I created just for you because, I know that we want to make sense of this. We want it to be something that feels good, something that feels light and easy, instead of, I have to deal with this again. Like, nobody wants to live like that. I certainly don't. And I don't want that for you. So using this method is going to help lean in to ease. And just, everybody wants to talk about balance and creating balance and being grounded. Well, what does that really mean? Like, how do you do that? Like, how do you tangibly create balance? Well, you can't just meditate your way into balance. You have to take some action. So this is a very simple and natural way to create that for yourself. So just again, my promise to you after this, oh wait, that doesn't go. Okay, all right, so here we go. Now it's time to track. Time to really get in there and start to track what is going on with your body. Starting to track your period, okay? And not only just your period, but all of the phases that makes up you and is that just beautiful you. So first, let's review the phases of your cycle. And, I'm sure that you know this, but I just wanted to do a quick review because I think that it's very important to recognize what's going on inside of your body during the different phases, like why we feel a certain way that we feel. So the luteal phase is it's the time between ovulation and before the start of your period, before the start of menstruation, when the body prepares for a possible pregnancy, because that's what it's all about, right? Progesterone is produced, it peaks, and then it drops. So during this phase, you might feel a little wonky, okay? Because your hormones are going up and then they're going down, and it is a time of kind of, going up and down. And if you already know this, wow, like, oh my gosh, it could be a huge transformation for you, a huge transition, instead of, well, I don't know why I feel this way. Like, I must just be crazy, or I must just be not good enough, or maybe I'm not cut out for this, or I suck, or any of those things. When really, if you just look, oh, what phase am I in right now? Okay, I'm in the luteal phase. I know that my progesterone is produced. It wasn't there. Now it's produced, and it peaks and then it drops. I mean, hello. Of course, there's a lot going on, and your body is preparing for a baby. your body prepares for a possible pregnancy, and it's right before you start shedding the lining of your uterus. So, okay, so the menstruation part, I mean, obviously, you know what this is. It's when the lining sheds, the uterine lining sheds, and your levels of estrogen and progesterone are low. So everything is dropped. You're feeling low. You're feeling tired. You're feeling all the feels. You just want to Netflix and chill. And sometimes you schedule things and you got to show up. And sometimes there's nothing you can do about it. Like your kid has an event and you have to go, or you've planned a vacation and you couldn't plan it any other time and it has to fall on it. Like, I get it, and I'm here to help you make it easier. Make it easier instead of doing all the things all the time, which leads to burnout, stress, anger, yelling at your kids, disconnect with your spouse. It leads to a lot of things that we just don't want in our life. So knowing that this time is delicate, it's a delicate time. Okay. You know what this is. It's a delicate time. It's when you're feeling low. Okay. So the follicular phase, super magical. Like, where's the glitter? This phase is maximized it's right after your period, the time between the first day of your period and ovulation. Estrogen rises as an egg prepares to be released. You're feeling friggin' awesome. You're in the flow, the creative flow. You're feeling productive. You're feeling like you could write your book. You're wanting to show up on video. You're wanting to go out with friends. I mean, all of the things. Like, you're feeling really great. And that's amazing. Like, amazing. So we want to use this time here to schedule the things. All right. So we're going to talk about that in a minute. And I hope you're getting as excited as I am, because this is what it's about, you guys. This is what it's about, like knowing when the high vibe time is and honoring it, and knowing when the low vibe time is and honoring that too. So ovulation is you know what this is, the release of the egg from the ovary. It's mid-cycle. Estrogen peaks just beforehand and then drops shortly after. So still feeling really great, feeling sexy, feeling like a sex goddess, like wanting to dress up, having a lot of sex. I mean, you're super attractive to your spouse. Like, why? So you can make a baby. I mean, we all know this, but I'm emphasizing it here, talking about it with you here, so you understand how this applies to your creativity, to your productivity, to your business, because these things don't live in a bubble. They don't live in a bubble. Your period does not live separate of your business. Your period is your business, because the way that you are feeling, the way that you're showing up, you're the face of your brand. You are your brand. And even if you're a teacher, if you are a woman in corporate, you're showing up and just giving yourself the grace of knowing like where you are in your cycle and being able to plan accordingly is just an amazing gift. Like, such an amazing gift. I'm here to help you. Okay, so here's where we get into the tracking. Are you ready? I'm going to take a sip of my fizzy water, and then we're going to talk about these pretty little symbols right here. So the tracking. You have your calendar open. Before going to sleep each night, put one of the following symbols on your day. Okay. So you're going to do this for a month or two. After the first month, you're going to be able to predict how you're going to feel at the next month and the month after that. But once you collect some data over the course of, 2 to 3 months, it's going to become easier and easier to predict the months following. You're going to get really friggin' good at this, and it's going to feel like a superpower. I mean, I'm so excited and happy to be able to share this with you because it is legit going to change your life. So before going to bed every single night, I want you to put one of these symbols on your day, a wave, okay? A wave. All right. This wave indicates that you're feeling both up and down. Okay. You felt like really awesome. And then you felt like you were snapping. Okay. Maybe you're feeling like really restful, but then you had like a burst of energy. And you might use this during your luteal phase. And I wrote these like phase suggestions on here, not to like lead you towards anything, but to start to recognize what your hormones are doing during that time, and that the feelings are normal. Okay. You will start to notice a pattern. But if you see a rogue wave over here, or just a rogue star, that's okay too. And I want you to be true to yourself when you do your tracking. I want you to be true to yourself. All right. A circle indicates that you're feeling tired and overwhelmed with low creativity. You just don't want to do anything. And you might use this during your menstruation phase, like the week that you have your period. You may see a lot of circles. Normal. Okay. A star indicates that you're feeling productive, you're feeling fantastic, and you're feeling in high vibes overall. You might use this during your ovulation phase. Okay. You might use this star during your ovulation phase. You're feeling really great. Oh my goodness, hold on. Whoa, I've got a typo. This should say, excuse me, you guys, forgive me. This star should say follicular. The star should say follicular. The star indicates you're feeling productive, fantastic, and in high vibes overall. You might use this during your follicular phase. So that's a typo. And then an arrow. An arrow indicates you're feeling creative and in high vibes. You might use this during your ovulation phase. So the star is when you are most productive. You are feeling on top of the world, creative. You're feeling like showing up in person. You want to go to dinner with friends. Creating content feels natural and in a flow for you. And that may happen during the follicular phase, in between your period and ovulation. So then an arrow for ovulation, and this indicates that you're feeling creative, you're feeling sexy, you're feeling pretty, and you're feeling in high vibes. You might use this during the ovulation phase. Okay, great. So once you've tracked your vibe for the entire month, then use the period superpower method to plan out your business activities. So now you've got this data and you've got your vibe and you know how you feel during like certain weeks of the month. You can use that to then plan out your month. So let's review just these 3 super simple steps. Track using the symbols that I gave you. Observe, taking a look at your calendar. You have it open. Not only are you observing your calendar, but you've observed yourself and your body and the way that you feel, your own creativity and flow. Then make the plan. So what do we often do? I mean, how many times do you just like go right to the plan? Like, okay, I need to schedule, I need to make a plan. And you don't even take any of this stuff into consideration. You just plan, like you just get it on the calendar. You feel really good about getting it on the calendar, but you didn't look at the most important thing, which is your body and how you are going to feel at that, like on that date, like 30 days from now, 60 days from now. You can predict pretty friggin' closely how you're going to feel a couple months out. So instead of just skipping right to the plan part, I encourage you to fully step into your superpower and use the period superpower method: track, observe, and plan. Yes. Okay. Now getting into the things that we do as business owners. All right. So here are some of the things that most business owners do. Okay. We show up live on video. We write emails. We schedule social posts, create content, attend Zoom meetings, coaching sessions, and we record. This is just a very short list. Inside of your workbook, you have space to list out your own things, like your own business activities that you regularly engage in, checking emails, responding to emails, direct messaging. I mean, the list like literally goes on and on. So I want you to write out some of the additional things. Use your workbook. You can get your workbook on my website, anniepeguero.com, if you don't already have it, and use that workbook and write some of the things that you do down in the workbook. Because like I said, this is really tailored to you. So I told you before, if you stay till the end of this, you're going to learn of an opportunity for a training in August. I think it's the second week of August, where my operations manager and myself, Becky Hoy of Team Annie, are going to cover the specific phase to plan each of these activities. So you could be like, oh, this sounds really great, but I just don't know how it's going to work for me. We're going to hop on a Zoom together and plan out your business strategy for the month. I'm really excited to offer that. Super grateful for Becky, and we're really stoked to get on a Zoom with you so you can actually apply this to see like how it really works. So yeah, I mean, thank you so much for trusting your body and your own superpower. It's a really, really special and beautiful thing. And once you lean into this and you say, yeah, I know that there's a better way, that I don't have to be feeling stressed out all the time, that or feel burnt out or trying to do all the things at once. Like when you're feeling that super high productivity time, trying to cram it all in that week, there's no need for that. That is what leads to burnout and frustration and even more imposter syndrome, which I definitely don't want for you. So let me ask you, does doing this feel easy, or does it feel like just an extra thing to do? I want to know. Tell me right down here. Does it feel easy, or does it feel like something extra to do? Let's keep on going. But first, I want you to tell me on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being that this has been like super, super helpful, a 10, yes, this is amazing, it's super helpful, or a 1, like, no, I don't really think my period matters. Like, how does this feel for you? What's coming up for you? I really love for this to be interactive. Tell me right here, how does it feel? So again, just using the period superpower method of track, observe, and plan, that is how you can really harness a flow of predicting your ups and downs, and really kind of looking forward to those down times when you can have some time just for yourself to do whatever you want, like extra Epsom salt baths or scheduling extra sleep. I mean, it is so refreshing and rejuvenating to know that that time's coming and that you have on your calendar time scheduled to do this.